Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 20. The Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down is Lance. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. So we've reached halftime. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
It's a no-score deep.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brian Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
It's a gain of 35. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Ready?
Lance looking to throw it. He's got this to Williams, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Yellow, blue, check, black, check, white.
Now a handoff up the middle. Bird. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Yellow, 1.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll try to run this one in. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Here's Lance to throw it. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Sam Hubbard able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And his kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. On first down, Cruz. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. Pierce takes it straight ahead,
and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake. Cruz escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Ready.
Up the middle they go.
3rd. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bird. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 34-yard line here, second down and 8. Now Lance going to throw.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here.
And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. There's a nice move. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
But it's no secret their season is not going the way that they want it, so in a spot like that on fourth down, is it kind of like, why not? Let's just go for it.
I would hope that would be part of their game plan going in. There's no reason not to go for it in that situation, but if I flip it over to the other side, you also know that their season is a struggle for them. You should expect them to be a little more wide open and go for it in fourth down situations. You should be prepared for that.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Lance.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Lance.
And he'll just get rid of it. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? Seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, and now off to the races down the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Donald, and he's got room.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Here's a quick throw caught out wide.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Lions' 26-yard line.
All right, now. Let's get it out of
Hand off right side to Pierce.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And out of bounds all the way down Nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. And Detroit back in possession of the football. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Lance now on 1st down.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
38. Ready, go.
Here's Lance. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Okay,
the Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
To throw, it's Lance. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Now Lance.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bird. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back.
From the 31, here's the 2nd down and 6. Lance looks to throw again.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
This one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Detroit's offense ready to take over. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Ready, ready, ready.
Lance going back to the air after the pick six.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Micah Parsons.
He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
And Lance now to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Lance. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Micah Parsons able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Here comes the Lions punter now. In punt formation, but as we've seen, that's no guarantee he'll punt the football. Take it at the 37. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And they will take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity.